Anthony Edwards is trying to pay all 18 years of his child support up front. He said, how much is it going to cost for me to pay all 18 years right now?
Tell me you don't want to have anything to do with your baby mama and your daughter without telling us. You don't want to have anything to do with them. Anthony Edward is paying off. He wants to pay off his child support. He wants to pay everything. Like sum it up to 18 years. I'm going to pay everything. Get out of my life. Is it even possible to do that? Because come to think of it, if you pay off 18 years of child support, what about what if his income increases? What about things are not always the same price like that? Things increase with time and also with the years. Like what you can afford or what is like $500 now can be in 5 years can be like 800, so off 1.5. So how is she going to survive with that for 18 years? One of Anthony Edward baby mama is telling him that you have to pay for child support. You cannot just neglect me and the child, because she actually did that pregnancy thing alone. The thing is, she got pregnant and she told him, I'm pregnant. And he's like, see, go and have an abortion, and I don't want to have the baby. I don't want to have any baby with you. And she's like, no, I just had an abortion 2 years ago. Me and you must have this baby together. I'm afraid of my life. I don't want to have an abortion. So and the guy was like, I don't want to have anything to do with you. He blocked her. And told her that I don't want you to be my baby mama. I don't want to have any baby with you. But she went ahead to keep the baby, to keep the pregnancy. And, now that the baby is born, she's like, you have to pay for everything before the whole stress I went through the pregnancy, before child support. You cannot just leave me and your daughter alone like that. And now the guy is like, I am going to pay everything all together. Get the F of my life. The thing is, when a man tells you he does not want a baby from you, why are you keeping the baby? Anyway, what is your guys' reaction? Do you think it's possible for him to just pay off that some of that child support? Do you think it's going to be possible? Or do you think it doesn't make sense? I don't think it makes sense. Let's have conversation in the comment section where I show you all these videos. Then we'll come back and talk about it.
Anthony Edwards is trying to pay all 18 years of his child support up front. He said, how much is it going to cost for me to pay all 18 years right now? That is a man that don't want nothing to do with your damn child or you. This is the most unhinged thing I have heard from a person in my life. But at the same time, this man told you he did not want that child. This man told you he was not going to be a part of that child's life. But he sat there and said to the judge, how much is it going to cost me to get rid of this damn child out of my life? I ain't never got to see it. I can pay for it up front. It's never going to be a part of my life, nor my kids' lives, nor my future wife's. None of that. Oh my God, girl, who did you lay with? I feel like there should be a fucking contract before you sleep with somebody now. I feel like there needs to be a mutual contract and an understanding that if a child pops out, this is what's happening moving forward. I feel like y'all need to sign contracts now before y'all lay with somebody, because this shit, I've never heard a man say, let me pay all 18 years up front so I don't have to see you or this damn child. That is fucked up. That baby is going to be traumatized for the rest of its life.
Did you hear the rumor that NBA star Anthony Edwards told a judge that he wanted to pay 18 years of child support up front because he didn't want to have nothing to do with his baby mama or their child? This is 38-year-old Aisha Howard, a brand ambassador who gave birth to a daughter named Aubrey in October of 2024. And this is Anthony Edwards. He plays ball for the Minnesota Wolves. And apparently and allegedly, he got 3 different women pregnant last year. He met Aisha in Georgia. And after he got her pregnant, she sent him a text message letting him know that he was going to be a father. Anthony immediately told her to have an abortion. And she said she didn't want to do it because she had just had an abortion 2 years ago and she regretted it. So he told her that child gonna be fatherless, and then he blocked her on every social media platform to let her know he was serious. He did not want a child with her. So she went through the entire pregnancy alone, and right before she gave birth, she moved to California and had the baby named Aubrey in a California hospital. As soon as she gave birth, she filed a paternity lawsuit in California asking for Anthony to be added to the birth certificate and for him to reimburse her for all of the costs associated with her pregnancy and to establish child support to support her and the child for the duration of the child's childhood. After they took a DNA test and Anthony was the father, he said, "That's okay, I'm the father, but I don't want visitation rights or custody. She can have her." The only thing Anthony asked for was for child support to be determined in Georgia because he believed Aisha moved to California so that she can get a bigger child support payment out of him. So he filed a separate paternity lawsuit in Georgia and waited. And lo and behold, the California judge agreed with Anthony and determined that the Georgia judge will preside over the child support case. And then rumors began circulating that Anthony asked to pay the entire 18 years of child support up front because he don't want to have nothing to do with Aisha. Even though there's absolutely no evidence that he really said that, people are angry and saying, dang, he must seriously hate her and that child. People are debating what happened to Aisha, where she couldn't lock down this YN like Drea did. What do you think of this crazy situation? Leave a comment to let me know. I'm Tierka with the T. Follow for more.
Anthony Edwards asking for his child support to be paid in one lump sum is not going to happen. I'm a divorce attorney in California, and one thing that people don't understand about child support and family law rules in general is that you can ask for anything. It doesn't mean that it's going to be granted. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Anthony Edwards got a lady pregnant. She moved to California and filed a paternity lawsuit against him and asked for child support for his baby. Allegedly, he got 3 women pregnant in 2024. And when this woman, Aisha, told him that she was going to have a baby and he was going to be a father, he told her that she should get rid of it and that he's not going to be involved in the child's life if she decides to have the baby. She still decided to have the baby, allegedly because she had already gotten rid of a child within the last 2 years and she regretted it. Anyway, she goes on to file this lawsuit in California, which she has every right to do because Anthony Edwards was determined to be the father, so therefore he is responsible for taking care of the baby. The reason why I said that lump sum request is not going to happen is because the California laws do not allow for you to basically discharge child support in that way. You can't contract away child support, although he is paying. As he progresses in his career or as the child's need changes, child support can change. It doesn't just stay one set amount for the child's entire life unless the parents leave it that way. So if Aisha gets a child support amount and Anthony Edwards' income goes up, she can always take him back to court to get more child support from him. Or if the child develops special needs or needs daycare costs included, she can take him back to court to get those things. You also can't really predict how much co-pays and things of that nature are going to be. So she would still have to take him back to court for things like that because he would still be responsible for paying anything like co-pays, daycare costs, all the things, right? Now, Aisha can agree to accept child support paid in one lump sum, but that contract would be really, really hard to do because she will always be able to come back and say, you know what, that was not enough. When I agreed to this was below guideline child support. Now he's making more money. So I'm coming back to ask for the difference of what he should have been paying under this contract. You cannot contract child support away like they are trying to do. So I really want to know who his attorney is because that's a wild motion to file. Aisha can definitely agree to it, but there's nothing really stopping her from bringing it back at a later time saying that was not enough. Child support can change. It doesn't just stay one set amount for the child's entire life unless the parents leave it that way. So if Aisha gets a child support amount and Anthony Edwards' income goes up, she can always take him back to court to get more child support from him. Or if the child develops special needs or needs daycare costs included, she can take him back to court to get those things. You also can't really predict how much co-pays and things of that nature are going to be. So she would still have to take him back to court for things like that because he would still be responsible for paying anything like co-pays, daycare costs, all the things, right? Now, Aisha can agree to accept child support paid in one lump sum. But that contract would be really, really hard to do because she will always be able to come back and say, you know what, that was not enough. When I agreed to this was below guideline child support. Now he's making more money. So I'm coming back to ask for the difference of what he should have been paying under this contract. You cannot contract child support away like they are trying to do. So I really want to know who his attorney is because that's a wild motion to file. Aisha can definitely agree to it, but there's nothing really stopping her from bringing it back at a later time saying that was not enough.
Anthony Edwards asked the court if he can pay $2 million in child support up front. He wants to pay $2 million up front because he wants nothing to do with Aisha Howard and their daughter. Do you understand the level of, I don't want to deal with this? That is, there's men out there that don't want to pay $80 a month in child support. That man wants to pay $2 million up front. Okay? Because he wants no parts. He told her, I don't want a baby. He told her, get an abortion. But because he has money, she still had that baby. Now, her daughter is going to grow up without a father. She's going to grow up and she's going to see all of this drama. And she's going to know, basically, my mom had me for $2 million. And my dad wants no parts. I'm never going to get to know my siblings. Do you know the trauma that girl is going to deal with? Do you know how she's going to let men treat her because of her daddy issues? Like Aisha Howard, is $2 million really worth your child's peace of mind? I guess it is. But Anthony Edwards said, yep, here's your money. Good riddance. Never want to see y'all again. Toodaloos. This shit is crazy, y'all. Like, this shit is crazy and he has no shame and he just wants nothing to do with it and he wants to move on and he wants to live his life. Is she going to take it, though? Because, you see, it's easier to run through money in a lump sum. But if she's getting monthly payments, she'll probably have better money management. So let's see what's going to happen. But so far, that man just wants nothing to do with it. And that is just so sad.
People are failing to realize Anthony Edwards is really about to change the whole entire game up when it comes to child support. My thing is, imagine all of the men that's out there that feels like they gotta be tied or deal with somebody for 18 years that have the money and can pay it up front. A lot of men are going to start doing that. And to be honest, yes, I feel bad, but at the same time, I can't because y'all women need to learn. A man say he don't want a fucking child, he don't want the fucking child. I get it, he shouldn't have laid down with you unprotected, but you should have also been on birth control or not let him lay down with you unprotected. It takes two. It takes two. I don't care. But besides the point, y'all, imagine how many rich men are literally about to do what they want because they know they can take the easy way out of just paying 18 years of child support up front and don't have to deal with her or the child ever again. Woo! One thing these ladies need to start doing is just being smart. However you want the game to play, if you do get the lump sum, you better have an investment plan. That's all I can say.
A baby cannot keep a man. You cannot say because you want to have a child with this person, it's going to make him change, it's going to make you keep him, or you're going to... A baby cannot keep a man, cannot change him. Okay, before the pregnancy, or you should have known that you were just a fling or something. Now that you got pregnant, he's even confirming to tell you, like, girl, I don't want to have anything to do with you. If you wanted to be a single mom for yourself and just be like, you know what, maybe this is an opportunity for me to have a child and raise a child by myself, because some women just want to have children and they are okay with it, raising the child by themselves. They don't mind if they are with their partner or something. It's fine, right? But you reached out to the person and it's telling you, I don't want to have anything to do with you and the baby. But you still went ahead to have the baby. Now that you have the baby, you're not like, this is the time for me to get money off him. And now he's telling you, no problem, I'm going to give you the money. Everything, just how much is everything all together? To me, this is kind of very annoying. Like, how much everything all together, and he's willing to pay that money just for you not to reach out to him anymore because he doesn't want to have anything to do with you and the daughter. The thing is, when the daughter grows up and asks, my dad, and you're like explaining your dad actually paid me off so that I'm not going to have anything to do with you. And I just feel like a baby cannot keep a man, cannot change a man, cannot do anything to a man. So if in your head you've decided that after this mix with this person, there's possibility I can get pregnant and you're ready to be a single mom, go ahead with the whole procedure. There are a lot of, I feel like, me personally, I feel like pregnancy do not come by mistake. It's what you want, right? You can easily avoid pregnancy. You can avoid pregnancy by avoiding SMEX. You can avoid pregnancy after SMEX. There's something you can do. There are pills you can take. There are things you can do, for you not to get pregnant after 72 hours. They give you 24, 48, 72 hours, but you neglect it. You're pregnant. You confirm that you're pregnant. Some countries or some people legalize abortion, why some don't, right? If your country legalize abortion, good for you. You can get it out, I think, in 6 weeks or before 6 weeks or 4 weeks, I can't remember. But you still choose not to because you decided, I want to have this baby. The baby father said he doesn't want to have the baby. And you decided to have the baby. Now you're reaching out to him. I don't know. To me, I don't know. And this old child support thing is going to actually make, because I saw some of the men reaction. I did just bring it here. They're talking about it's going to be like a normal thing that men are now going to be paying off this child support. Like, okay, since it's child support you want, once they just make small money and they just tell you, okay, take all the money, bye bye, don't come and talk to me. I am not your father of your child. Like, it's not going to be a norm thing if this one flies. You guys, what's your take? I really don't know much to say about this whole situation, but I'd like to hear your thoughts down in the comment section respectfully. It's your girl Mara Davis, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.